What's going on YouTube? Team SC here, back online. Got another video for you guys today. Today I'm going to be discussing a Terran build order that I've been using online on my team games. It's applicable for 2s, 3s. You may even be able to test this out in 1v1s. I imagine any league under like low diamond, you shouldn't have a problem actually being able to do some stuff with this build. But I'm not too familiar with the 1v1 build orders and exact timings, but for team games this is for sure an awesome build. Now what I like about this build is that it is flexible. It does give you the ability to put on some early game aggression, also gives you the ability to scout and get some pretty good map control, and you can even use your Reapers for defense, okay? So we're going to go ahead and start this build out. It does open up for it's pretty flexible. You can actually transition into a number of things, and I'm going to go follow through to about the 4-minute mark, and then after that I'll discuss some of the options that you have and kind of what to do with your Reaper. So if you're interested in hearing about the strategy and how to control and what you should be doing, just stay tuned after we see the build order, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Going to start SV production non-stop at this point. I mean, that's going to be the case for any build you do, unless it's some sort of wonky timing build. But you always want your SCVs producing non-stop, okay? So first SCV going to be rallying to the front, going to be building a supply depot. And the timing should come out pretty perfect. As soon as the SCV gets to the front, you should have exactly enough minerals to get your depot. And there's not too much going on at this point in the game. Feel free to have a sip of your coffee, drink some water. You know, relax. There's really not much to mess up here. Just keep building your SCVs non-stop, and once that depot finishes, the build will actually get started. Okay, so depot's about to finish. Do you want to throw down your barracks right away? As soon as you get your next 70 minerals, you want to throw down that gas simultaneously as well. So they actually both happen at 16 supply. So barracks and then instantly get your gas. Alright, keeping up with the SCV production non-stop. And just kind of, you know, macroing up, gearing ourselves for some good stuff to happen. Now I do rally my barracks SCV down to the natural expansion. You'll see why shortly. Keep in mind, as soon as that gas finishes, you want your 3 SCVs on that, because gas is very important for this build. You want to make sure you have the gas to get your Reapers out. Okay, SCV is still building non-stop. And barracks is about to finish. As soon as this barracks finishes, you do want to get your orbital command right away. For those of you who don't get your orbital command at roughly 19 supply, I strongly recommend it. Mules are amazing, and they give your economy so much boost if you're not aware. Also, as soon as we get our next 50 minerals, we do drop down this reactor after we get the orbital, and then we're going to throw down our second command center at our natural expansion, okay? So after the command center, we are getting our next depot. You don't have to get the depot before the command center, because you won't get supply blocked, because you're not building anything out of the barracks. So anyways, orbital command finished. Drop that mule right away. Get back to your non-stop SCV production. With your next 150 minerals, which is happening roughly around 21 supply, you want to throw down your second barracks. Going back to player camera. And then when you get your next 70 minerals, you're still at 21 supply, you do throw down your second gas. Does it look familiar? We're kind of following the same format. We went barracks into instant gas, and then we did barracks into instant gas. Okay? So just take note, just taking notes. So we're going to resume back, still keeping up SV production. It's at this point that your reactor down here does finish. And then you want to start simultaneous Reaper production, and you will not stop the Reaper production at least until we get to the 3.5, 4-minute mark, okay? So that's the point of this build. We're going for a Reaper opener. Okay, so Reaper production starts non-stop here at roughly, well, 23 supply because we're building the Reapers, but it was 21 supply. So kind of a lot going on here. Still keeping up with the SV production. Command center is about half done here at the expansion. Got our second barracks on the way and our second gas all the way. Now once this gas gets close to finish, you do want to throw 2 SCVs on it right away, because like we said, gas is very important for this build. And also, after we got this stuff going, we did throw down an engineering bay at this point. 2.5 minute mark roughly when the engineering bay goes down, because you have enough minerals. And you're going to want to get at least 1 turret in each mineral line, because Reapers don't shoot up, unfortunately, so it's going to keep you safe from any kind of early game Oracle or air cheese. So don't skip it. Reaper production going, SCV production still going non-stop. Command center is almost done. So let's go back to the player cam right now. Now just keep in mind, right now, Our Reapers are barely about to finish, and I'm barely going to start the production on the next two. You don't want to queue up your Reapers too much because it'll kind of throw the build order out of whack. Because any Reapers that are on the queue, or anything Terran for that matter, if it's on the queue, that's minerals that could be used into something else. So at this early stages of the game, we're using our minerals pretty efficiently, and so we don't have time to queue, or it's not beneficial for us to queue at that point. So anyways, keep going. Building 2 more Reapers. Command center is about to finish. As soon as this command center finishes, we are going to build an orbital command. And I don't do it in this replay, I actually forget, but we have an SCV building here and here, so technically we're pretty fully saturated up here with 16 SCVs, so you want to start rallying both command centers down to this second base at this point, and also you should be at, yeah, see 46 energy, you're about to get your second mule, so just think, once this finishes, orbital command, rally, drop your mule, keep your economy going. And it's kind of tricky at this point because a lot of things are finishing. We have our second barracks finishing right now. So finished, orbital, rally everybody down there. Mule's getting ready to be dropped as well, and we're also going to throw down our second reactor at this point. And then we also got our gases saturated, okay? So this part's the only part's kind of tricky because a lot of things are going on. But we do have a reactor going. And as you can tell, there's kind of a pattern here. We did throw a barracks down. We got our gas right away. As soon as barracks finished, we got a reactor, and we did the same thing. Barracks, gas right away. Saturated the gas as soon as possible, and as soon as the barracks finish, we're getting another reactor. So at this point, we've got all our things building. The next step is to get our 2 missile turrets at roughly 29 supply. And sorry, I hope I'm not confusing you guys by doing all this pausing and jumping around, but I'll put the build order description in the link in the video if you guys need anything clarified. So we're going back. Do have start the production on both missile turrets. We still have SCVs producing nonstop, and we still have Reapers producing nonstop. Okay, so right now life is good. Everything is panning out just as we planned. Going to open up the units tab so you can just kind of see where we're at as far as SCVs and unit count. Reapers building simultaneously 2 by 2. And at the 3.5 minute mark, our second reactor finishes, and we can actually simultaneously build our Reapers 4 by 4. Which is kind of the idea behind this opener. From this point, I'm actually going to build a third command center, as you will see shortly. As soon as I get the minerals, I'm going to throw down my third command center. And keeping up the SV productions, 2 Reapers coming out, and you should have 8 Reapers by the 4 minute mark. I am going to fall short a couple seconds. Must have missed something, but usually around 4 minutes exactly is when you get 8 Reapers. And this is the point where I'm going to pause the replay, because this is kind of our benchmark right now. We're at 8 Reapers, 32 SCVs. I have a third command center building. I'm going to discuss other options you can do. So at this point, you do have your group of 8 Reapers. Now, it's depending on what you want to go for. Like if you're playing with your teammates and you guys are going for a 4 or 5 minute push, this is more of a macro opener. You can do aggression with this and push with your teammates, but you're going to be more of a support role. They're going to have the bulk of the army. Your Reapers are just kind of going to be there to help with the grenades. 4 minutes, keep in mind, this is not meant to go kill somebody at the 4 minute mark, because honestly at 4 minutes they should have a decent army to deal with mass Reaper. What you want to do with your Reapers is just make sure you keep them alive. Don't run them into like 1 or 2 siege tanks and just get them all blown up. You want to use them depending on the map. Like for example on Nefer, there's a lot of openings. You can use them to harass expansions, definitely get good map control, deny their third bases, and just poke around. Avalon Labs, you can keep them at the watchtowers. If they try to push, you want to slow down your pushes by throwing grenades at them and just running back, running up, throwing grenades, and just stall the push as much as you can and dish out that free damage. Also, if they are attacking you, your Reapers grenades are actually pretty good if you throw them at the wall. Like let's say, you know, obviously the walls can look different if you're playing with team games, but when they're attacking your wall, you have your Reapers behind the wall, just throw grenades down there and they do a world to, it actually really helps with defense. So this build has been very flexible in my experience. It has opened up for a lot. Sometimes I get a lot of damage, a lot of worker kills with the Reapers. Sometimes I can't do too much and all I have to do is keep them alive to help kind of deny third bases and just keep map control and keep scouting so we know what's going on. So now we're going to talk about our transitions, because you don't want to stay on Reapers forever. There's probably a little bit of, we could probably do a better build timing if we were trying to go all in with Reapers, but that's not the idea behind this. We want to be able to transition into the mid to late game. So what I do is I'm throwing up my third command center. Some points of interest we're going to discuss is you don't have to get this third command center, and if you want, you can either throw up more barracks, you can get your second engineering bay to start teching up, but probably the most logical choice is to get your double gas at your expansion quicker. Because just keep in mind, when we have our 2 barracks with the double reactors, building 4 Reapers at the same time, our gas will be low. We will never have any extra gas to tech up or build any other gas heavy units or get upgrades. The way it times out is perfect, so your gas is always going to be low. So you have options. If you want to tech up, you can either get your extra gas going, keep the Reaper productions going 4x4, or you don't have to get your gas and you can just stop producing Reapers and switch to Marines instead and then start to tech up. So long story short, 2 gas and 4 Reapers at the same time won't be able to tech up. So either you take extra gas or you switch to Marine production. In addition to this, like honestly man, you can transition to anything. Once you switch out of this, you can go into mech style play, lift up your second barracks, use it to go scout. You can tech up all the way. Probably the most sense makes to transition to bio since you already have 2 barracks. You can get your third barracks, start working towards your stim pack and upgrades, and whatever you want to do. So in a nutshell, I think I discussed pretty much most of the stuff for this build. Very flexible. Play it how you want to play it. Get your third base first or get your gases first. Tech up, get more barracks, go for bio, go for mech. It kind of opens the door to whatever you want to do. So let me know what you guys think. If you like this video and want to see more, give me a like and leave a comment down below. Until next time, good luck guys, have fun.